Inside Leominster is brought to you through the generous support of Colonial Insulation Company, residential and commercial insulation and fireproofing services, specializing in blown-in cellulose as well as spray foam insulation. For more information, visit their website, colonialinsulation.com.
Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the City of Leominster, and we're happy to have you with us tonight. It's a beautiful summer night, a gorgeous August evening. That moon was something to marvel at last night, and I assume it will be. Is tonight technically the full moon? Is it tomorrow? Is it the 15th? That is technically the full moon. Somebody let me know. You can reach out at 978-537-7760, extension 3. And that is the phone number here at Inside Leominster. So lots to talk about tonight. We're going to first go to the phones and talk to Big Art. Morse code. We've got Morse code coming in. ... Art, are you there? Or was he the Morse code guy?
Yeah, we're here.
How are you tonight?
Good. You know that you have XM radio at home or in your car?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's amazing stations.
Oh, just incredible.
Well, I listened into 50 on 5, and I got to thinking the other day, we were out and about, and they played some Patsy Cline and Buddy Holly and Paul Anka. Paul Anka, who's still knocking them dead,
Yeah.
has written so many songs that are mega hits.
Songs people don't know
Johnny
he wrote.
Carson theme song. Every
Right.
time they played that 5 days a week, he got residuals off of that.
Yeah, he wrote for a lot of other people.
Oh, Buddy Holly, It Doesn't Matter Anymore. And he wrote that just before Buddy Holly died.
Oh, boy.
And he gave the royalties to Buddy's wife.
Wow. That's
He did
incredible.
She's a Lady for Kodak and Tom Jones. They use it in the commercial.
She's a lady.
Diana, he wrote, and the biggie, My Way for Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
And the way he did it with Sinatra is amazing to me. He talks about it in his show, which we've been 3 or 4 times. He got a call at 2 o'clock in the morning from Sinatra. And all Sinatra said to him was, "Hey, kid, I'm going to retire. I need a song." And he hung up. So Anka got out of bed, went to the piano, and he wrote My Way till about 6 in the morning.
Wow.
Then he wrote the music to it, put it on tape, brought it to Sinatra, and bang, the rest is history.
Incredible, huh?
Isn't that something that
What
someone...
talent. What talent.
His mind, he's a superstar in not only writing, but in songs and in shows.
Let's see if he's performing anywhere.
Well, he used to perform when we saw him, Foxwoods 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. And so he come down out of the audience, shook my hand, Rita's hand, my sister's hand. Wonderful show. And I saw him once at the Hanover in Worcester. But we were up in the balcony. You could barely see him. I mean,
Yeah.
But Foxwoods right up front. We were right against the stage. It was unbelievable.
He's going to be...
Full orchestra.
Hey, listen to this. I don't know if this is right or not. Oh. He's going to be in the Lowell Auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
November 6th.
Is that a big venue?
Good size. Boston Pops plays there on December
See, unless you
22nd.
get down in the front row,
Well,
I'm spoiled. I like to be up front for my ticket, you know?
well, then you pay the price and you can be anywhere you want.
Yeah. Well, not at the Hanover. The people that have memberships there get the front row. They get dibbies on the good seats.
Right, the sponsors, I know. Well,
Yeah.
I know. What are you going to do? I mean, they pack them in.
Oh, yeah, they certainly do. They have a little bit of everything going on there, too. And then, you know, with all that music and listening to it,
Yeah.
some of the tragedies in music. I mean,
Sure.
Patsy Cline was in a plane that went into a mountain. Mm-hmm. You know, Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper.
John Denver.
They went down in plane. Yeah, John Denver. They think he ran out of gas. Down he came.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Sonny Bono.
Yeah, skiing. Hit a tree.
Yep.
That's something I never tried. How about you?
Hitting a tree?
Skiing.
No,
No,
I used to ski.
I think we've all hit a tree in our day.
As a young lad, I skied. But we had fun, you know. We were talking about the skating rink. We had a ball there last year. We talked to some people not long ago and said, we were talking about skating, and they said, geez, I haven't been up in so long. I said, well, we have special hours for that. It's called like 9 or 10 o'clock at night for people that haven't been up on the skates in a while. There's nobody around. You can get on and try it. Give it a shot.
What's that? What kind of roller skating?
Ice skating.
Oh.
Sure.
God, I wouldn't dare. First thing that goes to hip, you know.
I get up, and I was kind of doing one of these at first, just to get going. And my skates didn't really fit me that well. They were really stiff, and it was hard to tighten the laces so that my, ankles are like attached. So
yeah.
I'll probably try something. Either driving over with my car or trying to loosen them up somehow, because they were like stiff. But we had fun.
Yeah.
Hey, we're live streaming tonight on Facebook. I don't know if anybody saw that, but we're live streaming on Facebook. So I posted that, and all you have to do is just go on Facebook and hit in Leominster.tv, and you're in.
How about that?
Yeah. Let me see.
You know, Anchor wrote Diana when he was 15 years old.
Imagine that. I mean, the guy some people just people in sports or whatever, they just have that talent. They have that special gift.
He's something else. And he also co-wrote that Michael Jackson big hit, This Is It.
This Is It. Yeah.
Yeah. And Michael Jackson took the demo from Anchor's office and shouldn't have done that. And that's a little story about their history, if you will.
So he shouldn't have done that.
No, because it belonged to Anchor. He put most of the things together with it.
Remember?
And then when Anchor heard it on the radio,
it's like
he called his lawyers, and they settled that real quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he came out with some, and he was one of those that came out later on with like later hits like Having My Baby. Remember, he came out with some later songs that were kind of after the 60s. And so did, remember Elvis came out with Burning Love and Suspicion.
Yep.
Suspicion. That was a good, I wonder who wrote that song for him, Elvis. That
Which
song,
one?
Suspicion.
Burning Love?
No, that and Suspicion, because those came later on in his career.
That I don't remember.
I'll look it up at the break.
Anyway, that's about all we got.
Hey, let me know when the fig tree starts to
it's funny, we were
figment.
looking at it today. And,
figment. It's a new
not
word.
much activity. I mean, they're there. They're growing. They're about the size now of a good grape.
Wow.
So, but they're slow season. I was talking to the greenskeeper this morning, and he said very strange year for just about anything outside.
I was
from crabgrass to I haven't seen any vegetables at Harper's Farm stands anywhere.
the Gove had they have peaches and they have tomatoes.
That's it.
I raided my friend's garden last week, and I grabbed all his cherry tomatoes, and I just can't help but to think of our good friend, and he used to grow me his very best.
Was that the gent over off Central Street?
No, wow. He grew some stuff that he'd share with me, like Italian beans and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Freddie DiPasquale used to grow those.
Oh, yeah.
The best. And he'd bring them in by the bagful, and I'd eat
Yeah.
every single one until I got like calluses in my mouth, until I had
Yeah.
blisters. They were so good. So I can't eat a cherry tomato without thinking of Freddie D.
You know, I was thinking too the other day. I thought from a sweet, interesting point, the obituary of Phil Pagnotta.
I saw that.
It said the car barn, and I don't ever remember seeing that in an obituary, because that was our world from Princeton Street all the way down through to the line.
I like when people put in things like, you know, the dress shop, or they worked at Park Snow's,
Yeah.
or they work. I like when they put those things in. It tells you something about them, you know, that era. And, you know, they worked at, you know, DuPont's or, you know, whatever it is that, you know, they worked in a place that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, like Deco Pagnotta's mobile station. It used to be Spatafor's
Right.
mobile, and Deco Pagnotta took it over. I can still see Deco. You go over there. I went over there with my '46 Ford Coupe. He had a cigar sticking out of his mouth, the end of his mouth. He's, Bartlett, you want to work 3 hours tomorrow? I'll let you wash your car for nothing.
Is that what he'd say?
I said, sure. Usually it was a Sunday.
Classic, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we was, you know, then one time I'll never forget it. Bartlett, want to go see the Boston Celtics? I had never been to Boston. Yeah. So me and Deco Jr. hopped in the car with him. He took us to see the Celtics. Bob Cousy was playing.
Wow. That's a classic.
And I'll never forget it. He was complaining. He goes, look at this place. Nobody's here. You know, there wasn't a lot of fans.
Right.
It's way back when.
Well, now if Bob Cousy shows up, there'll be a lot of people.
Yep. Well, that's all I got, my friend.
All right. Good to hear from you.
Okay, buddy. See you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Let's get them figs to grow there. Put a little fig juice on there, a little fertilizer. Get them things running. We're going to take a short break. Again, my name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the City of Leominster. We are here every Thursday night. And we talk about the things that are important to you, and we listen real well, and people will email us or tell us the kinds of things they'd like to hear about, and that's what we do as we put our schedule together. But we're taking a short break right now, and we'll be right back. And we're back here at Inside Leominster, and I see lights flashing. Somebody on the line there? Hello? Is somebody on the line? No? You're just telling me that it's time to cut out? I'm just trying to find Leominster.tv.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much.
Are you watching us on TV or on your phone?
TV.
TV? I'm trying to search this so we can, I don't know, trying to get it up. I thought it was part of, I don't know. I'll leave it for you guys to share this.
I'm in home from the mall.
You were down at the mall?
I had to pay for my phone bill
Oh, you did?
on time.
Well, good for you. It's a beautiful night.
Yes, it is.
Good night for a walk. Did you walk the whole way?
Yep.
You did?
I did not take no wood. I avoided wood.
Did you go down the new sidewalks on
Yes.
Whitney Street?
Yes, I have. I like them a lot.
You didn't try to carve your name into the concrete, did you?
No.
All right. Well, you enjoy the night. It's beautiful. Look for the moon
right.
tonight. Look for the
I
moon.
don't. I don't know. No more timeouts. Take break.
Well, good. You stay out of that
I-
section.
Can you come visit me at McDonald's sometimes in Gardner?
Sure, I can. As long as I get free French fries.
I want to talk to Justin.
That's the only thing that I'm. What? Oh, okay. I get it.
I'll see you Saturday.
All right, Crystal.
Take care, buddy.
So long.
Bye.
Jeff Roberge is with us. He's the executive director at Mass Hire, not Central Mass, Workforce Investment Board, and all those other things combined.
You got it.
Thanks for
You
coming
got it.
on the show.
Absolutely love being here.
And we were just talking yesterday
Yeah, yesterday.
about Mass Hire. That's the new name. Used to be the Unemployment Office. Then it gravitated into North Worcester County or something, Career Center.
Job
And
centers.
then it's Job
whatever.
Centers.
Exactly.
And then they rebranded it all, and now it's called Mass Hire.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, state came out. They wanted to make sure that people were familiar with the Mass Hire system, that no matter where you went in the state, if you're looking for help through a career center, it was all under one name. So they came up with Mass Hire. Then what they did is they also, all the workforce boards, there's 16 boards across the Commonwealth, everyone had a different name. All the career centers had a different name. So it's all Mass Hire.
So they threw them all under one roof and said, this is where one stop,
This is where you go.
one overhead, and this is where we go. So, and I talk to so many people, looking for jobs change,
Yeah.
and I say, just go to the website. Everything is there. So, and I get a funny look. And so when it helped me with the quantifying or qualifying the word, everything is there. So let's assume I'm the person and I'm looking for another job, and I go to the website. Where am I going?
You're going over the website. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go over to Urban Way. In the same building where Mount Wachusett Community College
Right.
has classrooms, that's where the Career Center is. If you're looking for help to pursue a different type of job, you can go there and meet with a career counselor. You can get access to information on all the opportunities in the region. You can
So
help.
just to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
So when I go to the website,
Yeah.
what are the sorts of things I can click on when we go to the
Training.
website? So
Training opportunity, additional resources, resume development, access to JobQuest. JobQuest is a state system, kind of like Indeed or any of those other sites. Any employer who's putting a job up, they go through the JobQuest system. It's up there.
So I can kind of search through and
Absolutely.
say, geez, that looks like something I'm interested in. Tell me where the job might be or what area it might be in. So, I mean, I might not be interested in something in Fall River or, somewhere else, but I'm in this area. I might be interested in that job.
Exactly.
Traveling to Worcester, as far as 10 or 15
You
miles.
can put in the same information you would with any type of other job search engine. You can sort it by occupation. You can sort it by location. So you register in the JobQuest system. That gets you access to the jobs. If you want to set up a time to go down and meet with somebody at the Career Center, you can do that. If you want information about the Workforce Board and how we work with employers and work with the community colleges around developing training programs, the opportunities that are available for people. A lot of the stuff we do, if you meet certain requirements as far as getting access to training, some of these trainings are free.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we're putting people in jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, logistics and transportation. Everything we're doing is driven by what the region is telling us the jobs are out there. So it's data driven. We look first. We're not just, and it's about careers. Career paths, getting people on the path to a solid career.
One of the things we talk about a lot is that not every kid, every student, every graduate is going to go to college.
Exactly.
They may be perfectly capable and qualified to go and have great grades, but they figure, they may say, I'm just not interested in pursuing anything at this particular point that interests me, or I don't want to. I have plenty of conversations with students about not wanting to borrow money, and they just don't want. They'll try to get a job somewhere where somebody might pay for their education.
There's a variety of different ways for somebody to pursue what they want to do after high school. whether it's going on to college, whether it's looking for a particular occupation, whether it's getting into a specific type of training program. A lot of the stuff we do is 6-8 week certification, licensing type training programs to get people out and working pretty quickly. And in some of these training programs, people go through it. You're talking about a young person who decides they're not ready to go on to college. Right. They want to go right into the workforce. There's jobs at $50,000, $60,000 to start. You know, in particular, in some of these, you know, advanced manufacturing and trade type jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, they know they have to pay.
Yeah.
But we talk about sort of the soft skills or the core skills, a bunch of different names for it. But many companies will train you, but you got to have those sort of, you know, key skills.
You need the soft skills. You need to be able to, you know, that workplace culture, to, you know, how to get along in the workplace, how to, you know, we talk to employers all the time. You show up on time. Yeah. You know, you make sure you're there and you're ready to work when you're
all
there.
5 days.
All 5 days.
Yeah.
But you're right. The employers will train people, and we help connect with these, you know, these state programs that offer workplace training grants. We help facilitate that. So then you've got an employer who's helping to train somebody, but they're not even footing the cost for it because the state wants to make sure that once someone's working, they get that training to advance within that particular position or career. So
978-537-7760. That's the number to call. And talking, you know, jobs and maybe somebody's just going into the workforce. Maybe you've been home, you know, taking care of the kids and you're looking for part-time work, or maybe you're retiring and you're looking for something.
All ages.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
there's
Come down the
something.
Career Center. Contact us at the Workforce Board if you're unsure what you want to do. We're here to help, answer questions, steer you in the right direction. We're friendly, and we just want people to explore what's in the, you know, what's in Leominster.
Succeed.
Yeah.
So if I'm done, I sort of like, you know, scour around and search around the website, and I look through things. And again, you just sort of touched on that. And now I'm like, I'm ready for the next step. I'd like to talk with somebody. And I'm sure the conversation is going to be, well, what do you like to do? You know,
Exactly. Career counselors.
Yeah, let's see if we can hook you up with something.
You can set up an appointment to meet with a career counselor. You can come right down the Urban Way, walk in the door. They run orientation and information sessions there if people want to find out about all the different services. Like you said, the information is right on the website. And I'll leave people with this: if they can't find what they're looking for, if they're not sure how to navigate a website, if they're unfamiliar with the Career Center or heard it's the unemployment office, reach out to me directly, and I can absolutely help anybody out.
Right, and that's the key part of the Mass Hire now, is that there are people to help you navigate. They want to see you succeed, and so oftentimes they'll hear, well, unemployment is so low, so low right now, and so what could be happening? Well, there are plenty of places that are looking for employees.
Drive around town, you see help wanted signs all over, everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. People are hiring, they're looking for qualified
Flexible
workers.
hours in a lot of cases, just to accommodate the employee. So, but I always send everybody to the website first, and then if not, go down to Erdman Way, have a conversation, and don't be shy. I think sometimes people think that if you're unemployed or underemployed right now in this good economy, that they're going to look at you and like, well, what's wrong with this person? Because somebody might be looking for a career change.
Correct.
And they may say, I want to get out of the healthcare industry and I want to go into manufacturing. I want to get out of manufacturing. I want to go into
retail, whatever it is.
If I want to be a chef or whatever it might be. I want to work in a restaurant environment or a food and culinary environment.
Exactly.
So
And
there's always
like you
something.
said, if people aren't sure and they're nervous, you know, they can go to the website. They can call the Career Center directly. If they're unsure about the actual Career Center, the Workforce Board, we have a website as well. My information's on there. They can call me anytime. But we want to get rid of the stigma of the Career Center being just an unemployment office. We want people not to feel nervous about coming down there. It's a friendly place. There's career counselors who'll walk you through what's out there, and there's a lot going on in this city, and there's a lot of opportunity in this city.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah,
And people would be shocked to know what some of these businesses pay.
Incredible
Just
things
in the
going on.
construction world, everybody's hiring. Communities that you serve: Ashburnham, Ayr, Barry, Berlin, Bolton, Clinton, Devons, Fitchburg, Gardner, Groton, Harvard, Hubbardston, Lancaster, Leominster, Lunenburg, Pepperell, Princeton, Shirley, Sterling, Townsend, Westminster, and Winchton.
Well done. That's all of them.
And the other thing is part-time work.
Yeah.
There's jobs out there for part-time work as well, right? Flexible.
Part-time work, parent hours, someone who has to stay home or get the kids off the bus. It's not just about full-time, it's not just about part-time. Everything is individualized. We want to match that job based on what the employers
And
need,
that's
what
what
you
this
need.
is.
It's individualized.
I was going to give your website, but your email, but it's longer than mine. jroberge at MassHire North Central WB.com. I would just say call my office or look on the website and you can just click on it. And your phone
Google
number?
my name, it'll come up.
Yeah. Your phone number?
978-534-1023.
And that's a direct to you?
That's the direct to the Career Center, my extension 304.
Beautiful. Thanks for coming on. And
Hey, I love
again,
being
we're
here.
going to have you on so every so often. 'Cause
Please do.
I talk to so many people,
Please
and I'm
do.
like, just go to the website. Just if you don't find what you want and it's overwhelming, then make an appointment to go there and sit there with a career counselor, and you'll be surprised.
Yeah. And we have stuff coming up all the time.
Yes.
Grant-funded training programs are always coming around, so reach out to me anytime, and I can answer your questions and get you connected at the Career Center.
All right. Thanks, Jeff, for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Dean.
We're going to take a short break, and then we're coming back with photos of the week. He'll take the mic off. Bradley here is. Here we are. We're back here at Inside Leominster live tonight. If you have a question about something that's going on, give me a buzz. 978-537-7760, extension 3. Glad to answer your question. Maybe you just want to say hello. That's easy, right? You don't mind. We don't mind. And give us a buzz. Let's do photos of the week. See if I can find my list here. Here we go. Need my glasses for this. I need a little song for photos of the week. There we are, Ladies' Night Out, another successful event. Beautiful night, a little hot to begin with, but later on it cooled off around 6:30, and we were fortunate to have Bradley and Keith were out there from LTV, did a great job, and lots of free things, lots of knowledgeable people there talking about their services and product, and we had a girls band, Girls on Girl, and had some raffles. Well, we had all kinds of things going on there that night, and it was a good night. We had lots of fun. There we are, going tent to tent. And there's our pre-construction meeting. So, if you live anywhere on the south side, you probably have never noticed that there's a small bridge near Fournier Field. It's very small. There's a culvert pipe there. And the state and the federal government never provided funding for what we call small bridge repair. And last year, they started a new program called, guess, Yes, small bridge repair. Projects under $500,000, and they were small. And we applied and received the funding. So that bridge culvert slash area is going to get an improvement. And the only thing is that we're going to have to close that roadway in the month of October. And that means a little bit of an inconvenience. It could be a big inconvenience, but either way, the road is going to close for about a month. And people will have to go around Grant Street or take Union Street down to town. You could take Pleasant Street. There are a bunch of different ways to get around. But for that month, you're going to have to go around and follow the detours. It will be plainly marked. But anyway, here's the pre-construction meeting here on Litchfield Street. 111 Mechanic Street is no more. There it is. It came down. It had a fire. Sat there way too long, and finally the decision was made that either the city would step in and take it down, or they would take it down themselves. They opted for taking it down themselves. So that building is down. We have another one on Lincoln Terrace that we'll be tearing down. And you can't just tear a building down. I think I've had this conversation here on the show in the past. You need to do it, if the city's actually going to tear it down, it's called a structural survey. And that is a structural engineer, somebody from the fire department, somebody from the building department. They inspect the building, determine it to be unsafe, notify the owner that they need to secure the building or take it down in this instance. If they don't, there's a certain amount of time that goes by. If they don't, then the city can step in and tear the building down and put a lien on the property. But it's much more expensive if we have to do it. So anyway, that house is gone. And another very successful beer fest. I tend to think that Wendy is a drone sometimes. I think she's her own drone. That's taken from the top, the city hall and the cupola. And Wendy has to climb, I don't know how many ladders, straight up ladder to get to that vantage point. But yeah, it was a very successful beer fest. And we had a good time. A little bit of rain. And another $2.7 million coming in for school funding this year. And Senator Tranter's there to help to celebrate that moment, and as well as some school committee members and city council members. But it was a big relief to have the state start to step back up to the plate to give us more money. New West Street sidewalks are about done up there. They did a nice job. It worked very hard. It's been a very hot summer. So when you hear about it's been the hottest or the hottest July on record, these construction workers are out there, and they're working hard, and did a great job. Work continues. They actually have an ad in the newspaper today taking applications, believe it or not, and talking about a couple of forums that they will have very soon to talk about who's qualified to apply, the size of the building, how many apartments there are, et cetera. So stay tuned for that. And a new section of Merriam Ave is underway. That's our water crew there, replacing water lines. And they've done a great job. They can do the water lines for less than what it takes a private company to do and move a little bit quicker. We're happy with that, and up the hill they come. And new sidewalks for 4th Street. If you live at 161 4th Street and you travel down to church or to catch the bus or take a walk, you'll be happy to know that we have new sidewalks going into 4th Street. All handicap accessible as well. And if you've been down Whitney Street at all, we did the blacktopping the first part of this new season. And the new sidewalks are ready, and they are setting the curb and grading the concrete as they pour it. You see the cement truck in the back. And so that gives us handicap access, or all access, from the top of Whitney Street now all the way down to the mall and all of those other businesses. So, happy days. And the Colonial Band concert. This was their second to the last concert, and well attended. They also had a concert 2 nights ago, and it looked like rain, so they had it at City Hall. Again, looked like it was well attended. And $4 million renovation almost complete at Hannaford Plaza. The DiGeronimos have invested in this sort of renaissance there, and given it a makeover. And they did the same thing over at the Marshall Mall, and they also did the same thing at Appleseeds. And so the 3 malls that they own property in Leominster, and it just gives it just a fresh, great look. and kind of spiffs up all those stores and restaurants that are out there. So great job by the Paul DiGiorno. And everybody keeps asking, where are the tables and chairs for the new park on Mechanic Street? I told Wendy today, I was telling a story. I said, I thought of all the things that kids could use that space for, that open air field. And I thought, so many things that they could do there. And the other day I'm coming by, and up over the hill from the back of the property comes one of those little electric cars that a little kid, little 5 or 6 year old would get in, like a Jeep kind of thing. And up over the hill comes this little kid with his little Jeep. And I thought, that's something I didn't think about. But it's nice open space, and you can ride your cars in there. And there was a family playing soccer there, in there today. And, it's really quite an opportunity. So that's what the tables look like and the chairs. There'll be more pieces coming, Wendy, and the rest of it will get installed in the next couple of weeks. I love the colors, by the way. And that appears to be the end of that segment. There we go. Okay, what's next? Somebody was in my office today and said, are those all the festivals that you have planned? And I said, yeah, that's just till about September. And they were shocked. They could not believe how many events and festivals we have. If you're interested, we'll put a little committee together for the holiday season, if you are so interested in helping to plan that out. We have a parade for Halloween. It's probably one of the biggest parades there is in Worcester County and beyond. So if you'd like to put a float in that, and you're a big, excited, person who loves Halloween, and you want to put a float together, put some people together in costumes, by all means, reach out to us. So Kids Day is coming up this Saturday. So today is the 14th. The full moon is the 15th. No, let me just make sure. So what is today? Today is the 15th. So tonight is the actual full moon. Last night was the 14th. I thought it was the full moon. It's not quite full. Tonight is the full moon. Then on Saturday is August 17th, and that is Kids Day. And we have tons of things planned for Kids Day. Come down. I mean, so much of it is free, and the rest of it is affordable. So a family can actually come downtown. And nothing against some of these other fairs, but somebody told me the other day what they spent just to park to get admission into this particular fair that was held in the area a couple of weeks ago or last week. And I thought, these are all working families here. It's very expensive. So we do work hard to keep it affordable. So that's coming up Saturday, August 17th. Can't believe I'm saying August 17th, but I am. 4 to 7 right downtown. You can't miss us. And just tons and tons and tons of things to do. Coming up after that, next week, I believe it's Thursday, so a week from now. I have to say this because we repeat this show and you might not catch the date. Today is the 15th. A week from now is the Bruins Fest, and it is their fan fest, I guess you would say. And so a number of things that are planned. That starts at noon next Thursday over at Doyle Field on the side of the tennis courts or the pickleball courts, whichever it is that you play. Anyway, in that parking lot, everything will be sort of spread out there. There'll be some hockey stars that'll be there, and just going to be another good time, and we know how to have a good time. And then on September 5th, if you didn't come last year, you probably heard about it. You wished you attended. It's Dining Under the Stars. It's Wednesday, September 5th, 6 to 10, and it's Dining Under the Stars. So that section down by Mezcal, Auntie Ellen's, the old Enterprise Bank, Monument Tap, that gets blocked off. We bring in a trailer, set it up as a stage. We have a live band, and we just have fun. It was sort of a impromptu, pop-up event. We did some planning and worked with the businesses, but it was just a beautiful night. We set up 500 chairs, I think, and tables. And before 6 o'clock, when we first opened and allowed people to come in, it was already full. All those chairs and tables were full, and it was standing room only, and we had lots of fun. People are friendly, chatting with each other, sharing stories about restaurants and things that they ate and had, and why don't you try this and try that, and glad to meet you. So that was a fun event. That's coming up. Dining Under the Stars, Wednesday, September 5th from 6 to 10. Leominster Food Truck Festival is September 13th, 5 to 9, downtown. Citywide Yard Sale is September 14th. Johnny Appleseed Festival is a little bit early this year, September 21st. And all I could think about today, I saw a bag of apple crisp, and all of a sudden, that fall feel kicked in. And I thought, I cannot wait for apple crisp. Speaking of apple crisp, let me just share with you that Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 to 11, you pick raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries over at Shoalin Farms. That's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 to 11 o'clock, and that's their first crop. So while the weather is cooperating, get up to Shoalin Farms and get those raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries picked. And I think they pick them, some of them are picked already, so you can just grab them yourself. Starting Monday the 12th, which is already passed, the next phase of the water main replacement, which you saw just a couple of minutes ago on Pictures of the Week, they'll be closing Merriam Ave, through traffic to Lindell Ave and Dartmouth Streets. Some of those side streets, there'll be 2 crews working in different sections daily on that stretch of Merriam Ave because they're trying to get done. Winter is around the corner. I know that you don't like to hear that, but in terms of planning and construction, they'd like to be done in 6 weeks. So as I said, Kids Day coming up. Don't miss. So much going on. For kids of all ages, tons of giveaways, bounce houses, interactive games, art projects, petting zoo, and so much more. The entire event is free and sponsored by local businesses in the community. Don't miss out. I think I'll do watermelon. It's still warm. There seems to be, watermelon still seems to be ripe and not overripe or under ripe, so it's green or overdone. And so I think what will happen is I will do watermelon this year. So stop down and see me because chestnuts are on the way. Okay, so our parks are still open, and we'll let you know when they close. There's teen summer activities going on at the libraries, a number of activities going on, so you want to check their website and go directly to their website. If not, you can go to leominster-ma.gov. And if you're old-fashioned, do websites and Facebook and all of that, you can just call the library and say, so what's going on? And we have a list here anyway. So stop by. And today they had the Geek Squad over at the Geek Squad Academy over at the Boys and Girls Club of America, 9 to 3. And it was a 2-day hands-on technology camp aimed at getting kids involved with technology and content creation. Students get the opportunity to learn about things like 3D modeling, digital music recreation, and video production, programming, robots, and much, much more. Let's see, I think that's all we have here. Again, if you have any questions or anything that you would like to talk about, give us a buzz. Hey guys, I am going to get a drink of water. If you can give me a commercial here, or a break, and we'll take a couple seconds off. I do want to check something here on my little computer, and then we'll be right back to close out the show. And we're back here at Inside Leominster, just about 10 minutes or a little more left here in the show. If you want to give us a buzz, don't be shy. Have you been out there to get some summer corn? Where'd you get it? Was it good? What's out? Art said he hasn't seen many tomatoes, but I saw some at Go Farm the other day. What else is ready to be picked? Zucchini must be, is it a good year for zucchini and summer squash and the squashes? Is it a good year? Has anybody tried the peaches from Go Farm? I'd like to stop up and get some. How are they? Some years they were just huge and juicy, and other years, they don't have as good a crop. But if anybody's been out to the garden spot, so you have a garden at your house, give us a call, 978-537-7760, press number 3, and we'll talk about what you've picked, what you've eaten. I've seen some pictures on social media, and it looks like some people have had some healthy gardens. Just hot off the press, the rack card for Leominster Historic Society is out. Did you get this yet, Ronnie? It's the fall-winter history schedule. Coming up Saturday, September 21st, are you a Celtics fan? And come celebrate the 50th anniversary of the last 10 championships won by Celtics legend Sam Jones in 1969. Sam will be at the fair signing copies of his biography, 10 Times a Champion, written by local author Mark Bonanza. On Thursday, October 3rd, Leominster Public Library, in conjunction with the Leominster Historical Society, host local author Mark C. Bonanza for his first presentation. This is the first of Leominster's newest and only complete history book. It's called Risk Takers and History Makers, the story of Leominster. Books will be available for purchase for $25 and signing. The free program starts at 7 o'clock in the Leominster Community Room. Registration is recommended. Please phone the library at 978-534-7522, extension 3. And then Thursday, October 10th, Leominster Historic Society can't make the October 3rd event? Well, don't worry about it, because Mark Bonanza is going to be talking about his history, Leominster history, and his book at the Leominster Historic Society. And that'll be at 7 p.m. at the Leominster Historical Society, 17 School Street. Saturday, October 19th, Mark Bonanza will be leading a tour of the historic section of the cemetery, Pine Grove. Gather near Hawes Memorial Chapel for parking. Automobiles with handicap placards will be permitted to park closer to the tour without preferred parking. The tour will involve a total of about a half mile of walking and will start at 10 o'clock in the morning, sponsored by the Leominster Historic Society. And then Tuesday, October 21st at the Leominster Schoolhouse. Then Saturday, November 2nd, the Leominster Historic Society is going to be doing an open house at the Drake House. And then Saturday, December 14th, the city will repeat what we did last year. And we partnered up with the Historic Society and Mark Bonanza, and we did a Drake House holiday tour, and we will roast chestnuts there. That is confirmed. I just checked with myself. We're going to do chestnuts, sip coffee and hot chocolate, and enjoy homemade baked goods, holiday greenery to benefit the Mayor's Heating Fund. So as much as you will start to roll your eyes and think, why are they talking about the holidays in the fall? Well, because we need to plan ahead. And right now we have, I don't know, 8 or so events that we need to actually, that we planned for months ago. Those will actually have to come out of the gate. We need to finish those up, wrap those up, put the bow on it, put it away. But we are already working on plans for the holiday. And through the, well, not just the holiday, but through the fall season into the winter season. And I know you don't want to hear about it. It's a beautiful night out there, but unless we plan for these things, maybe you know somebody that wants to be in our holiday stroll, our electric light parade. Well, if you want to do that, you need to start planning that. Maybe you have a business in town and you want to showcase that. You want to show up at one of the events that we have, or show up at put a small float together with your company name on it, and do some giveaways or do an activity downtown. It's a great way to get your name out for almost nothing. I mean, there's no charge at all to do so. If you know you have a favorite food truck vendor, then I can suggest this to you. If you have a favorite food truck vendor, get a hold of that food truck vendor and get get their information and get it to us, and we'll try to get them down as part of our food truck festival. North Street, we're almost done. It's almost $10 million worth of work in 3 towns: Leominster, Fitchburg, Lunenburg. We worked very well together. Communities can do that, despite what sometimes doesn't seem possible. And we were able to get that project done. They're in the final stages of sidewalks, moving some hydrants, and then final pave, and they're hoping to be done by the end of October. So that will do that. Thank you, Ron. Paving. This year, we will be paving more streets than we've ever paved. And I know every time we post, like, well, we're doing sidewalks on such and such a street, obviously we'll get people who are happy, and then other people will be like, hey, we need sidewalks on our street. We are, and we need to hear from you, and that's fine. What we're trying to do is get sidewalks that are most used. We have a lot of people with disabilities or just struggle sometimes to be able to get access. And as I was downtown tonight for about an hour and a half, I was amazed at how much foot traffic there is and how many people rely on good, safe walking areas and sidewalks. And so we're trying to get to every neighborhood, and we're trying to get to the ones that are most popular and those roadways that are most used and sidewalks that seem to be the most in the most demand from housing authorities like the high-rise at 100 Main and the people that use the bus system. So we are trying to get as far as we can. So this year, normally we spend about $1.2 million on roads. So we're going to take that same $1.2 million, $1.3 million. And the council, as I understand it, just passed the second million. So we will be around $2.3, $2.2, $2.3 million in paving projects. And I know every street needs to get done. I get that. And so we try to do it like sort of a triage. We get the worst first, and when we get the worst, we make sure that we qualify those streets to make sure that all the underground work is done, because we cannot tear up the street after the work is done. Now, do we have emergencies? Absolutely. Was there something in the ground we didn't know about? Yes. But for the most part, the water, the sewer, the hydrants are changed. The gas company comes in. They're on Willard Street right now. We've done the culvert pipes over in the drainage. That's done. The gas lines will be put in. That will get paved. So we will spend about, a little over $2 million in paving streets here in the city of Leominster. And you will start to notice a big difference. So some really bad sections that we have, maybe they aren't huge sections, they're not a mile long, but along North Main Street until you hit the Doyle Field area. After they hit the Doyle Field area, that will all be done as part of a state grant to take care of that whole area out there. That'll all be reconfigured. It'll be much safer. New lights will be put in. So a lot of that work is ongoing. Just about 5 minutes left here at Inside Leominster, and we would be thrilled to have you give us a buzz. And we used to have people call. Freddie and Nat called, and we had our regular share of callers. People were entertained by that. And then I see people in the community now, and I say, well, how could, people, I watch you all the time. And I said, well, it's a call-in show if you want. Give us a buzz. You can just say hello. And Crystal calls in, and we've got a regular group of people that called. But Christmas is a good time when we have Santa here. That's a good time to gauge how many people are watching. But if you're more comfortable watching and don't have any questions, but if you do, by all means, let me know what questions you might have in terms of things that are important to you. So you can email or you can text them to me. You can catch me on Facebook or social media, and let us know if there's a particular guest that you would like to hear from. By all means, let me know, who that guest is, and we will be prompt about getting them on the show, because we really want to do shows that are important to you and you find meaningful.
Dean, this is the time of the show where JT used to call in.
JT,
we were reminiscing.
Yeah, JT would call in and talk about his cat. I miss so many of those people. Freddie DiPasquale, all the, the regulars that used to call in, and JT would say, and I'm not Freddie. Remember, I thought they sounded a little bit like when they
Berlin,
Berlin, come in. So we miss all them. But for the most part, and I get out into the community, and people say I watch. I'm like, well, call. So next week, I'm just about done my survey, and I'll give you a little, some things like, when's the last time you went to the movies? Did you ever eat sardines? When was the last time you ate sardines? So there'll be easy, puff questions. Where did you learn to swim? Did you ever learn to swim? Where did you learn to swim? So there'll be all of those questions, and some are fall related, or questions about where were you born, things like that. What's the furthest you've ever been? So we'll have all those questions done up for next week, and we'll have a survey. So get ready. There'll be no trick questions in there. Okay, there is no questions like what's the combination to your safe in your basement. There'll be no questions like that. To be no laughing over there. I heard you come in, and there'll be no laughing about those things. So if there's something that you would like to for us to talk about, by all means, let us know, and we'll. And that's where the programming comes from. It comes from you and others who suggest. We'll probably have the police chief come on as we talk about going back to school, and it's going to be a culture shock, because that's how you come through North Leominster every morning, and there's no backup in traffic. But as soon as school starts and everybody's back from vacation, back on the routine, we'll get those backups into North Leominster. There'll be a public hearing coming up soon, I believe, for North Leominster. And we have a lot of road projects to do in the next couple of years. And we're trying to space them out so we're not doing them all at the same time, because they all involve significant detours and delays. And if you can just imagine some of the public outcry on North Street in Lunenburg, Leominster, and Fitchburg, and just think North Leominster coming through, or in front of Water Tower Plaza on North Main Street, or Route 13 as you head down towards El Camino and Leominster Storage, etc. So a ton of things that are going to be going on. And remember, before we do those projects comes the water, the sewer, the gas lines, and all of the underground infrastructure. So Shoalin Farm is open, and you want to make sure you get up there. And so lots more to talk about here at Inside Leominster. We're just about out of time. I know Kyle's going to come out and give me the all out and tell me that we're out of time, but that's fine. There it is. 3 lights means we're all out of time.
How's that?
I wonder if there's still blueberries up at Shoalin. I got to get up there. I have to get up there. They had the best blueberries this year, the best. And nobody called in about Go Farm. So I'll have to make a trip up there and find out. I know they had a sign that said peaches, but I wonder if they're like huge peaches like they've had in the past. Out of time here inside Leominster. Thank you to the whole crew. Jeff's back there. Everybody's back here. And full crew, thank you for showing up every Thursday night, regardless of the weather. Thank you for watching. Good night. God bless you. And remember, the world is run by those who show up. You need to show up. Thank you.
Inside Leominster is brought to you through the generous support of Colonial Insulation Company, residential and commercial insulation and fireproofing services, specializing in blown-in cellulose as well as spray foam insulation. For more information, visit their website, colonialinsulation.com.